Well, Francis, there'd been a lot of mulling around between the different lawyers trying to find a suitable date for the postponement of the bail applications. You would recall, of course, that on Monday there were 2 additional arrests that were made in this matter, bringing the total number of those arrested in this case to 8. The 2 that were arrested on Monday, you would recall, were 2 former G4S control room operators who are accused 7 and 8 in the dock here today. So there had been, talk of adding those bail applications to the ones that were heard today. Initially, some of the defense lawyers indicated that they would need 3 days, the 10th, the 11th and 12th of May, in order for them to be able to complete these bail applications, looking at the variety or assortment of charges that the accused are facing. But eventually, the judge felt that it should be, to correct you there, the 11th and the 12th of May. That's when these bail applications will now be heard. And Francis, for the very first time inside court today, we wanted to see what those affidavits will say pertaining to what the accused will say with regard to why they should be granted bail by this court. You'd recall, of course, that the assortment of charges that I'm speaking about pertain to murder, defeating the ends of justice, fraud, as well as aiding and abetting the escape of a prisoner. So all of this now expected to be heard on the 11th and the 12th of May. The judge also indicating, or the magistrate in this instance, indicating that if those 2 dates, those bail applications have not yet been complete, they will look then for further dates for these matters to be heard. But Dr Nandipha Magudumana arriving here at the court, coming escorted by police with the other accused. For the first time, Francis, not wearing a hoodie. She showed her face inside court today. I did ask her whether she was hoping that the court would grant her bail. She basically just looked towards my direction. I asked her how she was. She nodded. She said she was fine. And, we're expecting then on those 2 dates for all of this to be heard. But there's been a lot of support, for the families. In this particular instance, Katleho Bereng, you would recall Katleho Bereng is the man whose body was identified as the person who was found, the charred body that was found inside Thabo Besta's cell. His family has been here today. One member of the family also accompanied by, another close relative, also, supporters of the Bloemfontein Celtic Supporters Club also came out in their numbers here today. You would have seen the reports that we did earlier. They've been calling for no bail in this instance. So a bit of the delay that we saw taking place a bit earlier on this morning when we had earlier adjourned. I'll just show you towards that direction. We're expecting some of the family members possibly to come out at this stage. I beg your pardon. You'll also see there Bloemfontein Celtic supporters of the football club who also were here a bit earlier on. But just to get back to my point as well, the judge basically saying he believes that the 11th and the 12th of May is a reasonable time and fair, and they'll be able to determine further dates should the 11th and the 12th not be suitable in this particular matter. But I guess there have been a lot of calls at this particular stage to have this matter expedited. We heard from some of the defense lawyers indicating that it would be in the interest of justice that these bail applications get underway as soon as possible. So the court believes that indeed those dates of the 11th and the 12th would be most suitable.